निवासः शय्या भूतलं अजिनं वासः सुरमन्दिरतरु मूल निवासः शय्या भूतलं अजिनं वासः सर्व परिग्रह भोगत्यागः सर्व परिग्रह भोगत्यागः कस्य सुखं न करोति विरागः कस्य सुखं न करोति विरागः भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते भगवद्गीता किञ्चिदधीता भगवद्गीता किञ्चिदधीता गङ्गाजलकणिका पीता भगवद्गीता किञ्चिदधीता गङ्गाजलकणिका पीता सकृदपि येन मुरारी सकृदपि येन मुरारी समर्च सकृदपि येन मुरारी समर्च क्रियते तस्य यमेन न चर्चा क्रियते तस्य यमेन न चर्चा भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनं पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनं इह संसारे बहु दुस्तारे इह संसारे बहु दुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते गेयं गीता नाम सहस्रं ध्येयं श्रीपति रूपमजस्रं गेयं गीता नाम सहस्रं ध्येयं श्रीपति रूपमजस्रं ध्येयं सज्जन सङ्गचित्तं ध्येयं सज्जन सङ्गचित्तं ध्येयं दीनजनाय च वीतं ध्येयं दीनजनाय च वीतं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते अर्थमनर्थं भावय नित्यं नास्ति तद सुख लेश सत्यम् अर्थमनर्थं भावय नित्यं नास्ति तद सुख लेश सत्यम् पुत्रादपि धनभाजं भीतिः पुत्रादपि धनभाजं भीतिः सर्वत्रैषा विहिता रीतिः सर्वत्र त्रैश विहितरीतिः भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते चरणाम्बुज निर्भर भक्तः संसार रचिराभवमुक्तः चरणाम्बुज निर्भर भक्तः संसार रचिराभवमुक्तः सेन्द्रियमानस नियमादेवं सदियमानस नियमादेवं द्रक्ष्यसि निज हृदयस्थं देवं रक्षसि निज हृदयस्थं देवं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri 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 Ram Jai Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram 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 Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om. Pranam Swamiji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
We were going through Papa's quotes. You have come from God, you are on your way to Him. So all of us have come from Him and we are on our way to Him, though we do not know that. Neither we know that we have come from Him, nor do we know that we are going towards Him. So the spiritual preceptor comes and tells us, you have come from God, you are on your way to Him. To make us know, every now and then he makes somebody instrumental in revealing the truth. And in our case, when Papa dropped the body in 1963, Puja Swamiji wrote an article and it had appeared in September 1963 edition of Bhavan's journal. 1963. 62 years back, 63 years back. Just read. Find the Guru within you. True vision means the vision of the reality within you. The man of ignorance clings to the external forms for support. So long as a man does not see the great truth he is in search of within himself, he can never know peace. These words and similar ones to this effect were more frequently uttered by our beloved Papa during the past few years. Swamiji is recollecting those words. Find the Guru within you. True vision means the vision of the reality within you. The man of ignorance clings to the external forms for support. So long as a man does not see the great truth he is in search of within himself, he can never know peace. These words and similar ones to this effect were more frequently uttered by our beloved Papa during the past few years. Was he preparing us to stand on our own legs by turning our gaze within to realize the great truth and not to mourn the inevitable end of his physical frame? On 25th July 1963, when the sun was setting, the great son of India, nay, the whole world, was also preparing to shuffle off his physical, the purest and the most ideal instrument which he used for the service of mankind for over 40 years. An ordinary onlooker, that evening marked the end of a most glorious life. 42 years ago, he threw overboard all at one stroke his business, home, family, and all that he called his own. He was seized by an intense aspiration to realize the truth, and it came like a strong wave that swept him completely off his feet, absolutely cutting him off from all that he possessed. In fact, Papa's life, when we look back, appears to be a demonstration in the world laboratory to show to aspirant the various stages of spiritual progress, the wonderful power of Ramnam, the meaning of surrender to the will of God, and the spiritual peak to which a man could reach within a remarkably short time. Demonstration. Power of the Nam, surrender, and the spiritual peak in the shortest time how we can reach. Ramnam first made him mad after God. This was mistaken by his friends and relations as insanity. Day and night, without a moment's rest, he was chanting Ramnam. Sleep would break the continuity of Ramnam. Heavy food would bring an in-sleep, so he sacrificed both food and sleep to chant the name ceaselessly. Worldly talk would distract the mind from Ramnam, so he gave up all talk and went into solitude in his own house. Thus, whatever stood in the way of his continuous chanting of Ramnam, he mercilessly kicked aside and wandered in ochre robes throughout the length and breadth of India without any plan or program, not knowing and not worrying as to where his next halt would be, throwing himself entirely in the hands of the all-merciful and all-powerful Ram like a dry leaf blown about here and there by the breeze. He used to say that at that time he felt he was like a baby, safe in the hands of the mother. His surrender to the will of God was unparalleled. He accepted cheerfully every situation in which he was placed as brought about by God himself. He bore with cheer the insults hurled at him, the occasions, though rare, when he had to go without any food, the unbearable cold and mosquito bites he was subject to when he was spending a night on the Ganga bank, lying on the icy cold stone with only a single piece of cloth to spread and cover his body with. Nor was he elated when he was received with honors and was worshipped like an incarnation of God. He looked upon all the forms of Ram, all as the forms of Ram, and addressed them as such. Not only human, but everything he cast his eyes on were the forms of his beloved for him. Inspired with this vision, it is no wonder he started embracing trees and rocks beside the persons who stood in front of him by looking upon them all as Ram and by giving them his beautiful smile, surcharged with the purest of love. He softened the hard hearts of men and even serpents. Fear was foreign to him. Where was the need for fear, and what was he to be afraid of when he saw before him only his most beloved Ram? He was absolutely confident Ram would protect him in every way. Sometimes he even put Ram to severe tests. Just to enjoy the fun of seeing Ram in tigers, he once entered the cave in the high mountains only to return disappointed as the tigers had then gone away. Many of these things are beautifully brought out in the book, In the Vision of God. The serpent, the tiger, all these things. Papa did not belong to any particular creed. He firmly believed that all creeds, faiths and religions were but different paths which ultimately converged on the same goal. The very sight of a Mohammedan reminded him of a Muhammad, of a Christian of Jesus Christ, of a Hindu of Rama, Krishna or Shiva, of a Buddhist, a Buddha, and of a Parsi, of Zoroaster. He told the followers of different religion that all the great teachers of the world were from one God, the cause of all existence. Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam. He also pointed out how in the Gita, the Bible, the Quran and the Sendavasta, we find the same note of universal love and service insistently ringing, and how all the scriptures stress on self-surrender as the supreme way to liberation. In his wandering life, his inner vision underwent a radical change, being molded by his master Ram. The result was that in the course of a few years, he realized his oneness with the absolute reality and universal manifestation. The servant and the master has now become one. He thus reached the peak of God realization. After that, he had nothing more to do for himself but to play with his master, manifested as the whole universe, assuming for the sake of Leela the duality of a child and mother. It was in the course of such a divine play that Anandashram came into being. During its remarkable history of 32 years, it has attracted thousands from all parts of India and abroad and rendered distinct service in spreading the gospel of the divine name and universal love. Thus Papa had played his part in the world drama most wonderfully. He has quitted the stage without notice, leaving us all aghast. Unless we, his devotees, strive to follow his teachings and see him in our heart, we are likely to retain this sense of loss. The void must be filled up by bringing in the light of love to illumine our lives. That is possible if only we are ready to follow even a fraction of his precepts which cover various aspects of spiritual life. He lived the life divine in absolute freedom, ever swimming in the ocean of peace and bliss. As a friend put it, just when the body was turning to ashes, a life like this alone is worth living. Why did we remember this, Yesterday there was a discussion about the personal and the impersonal aspect of God. And Papa always stresses the importance of giving thrust to the impersonal aspect first. That is how he reached the scale. So when he says the first cause, so we have come from him, everybody. That is why he could boldly say, you have come from God, you are on your way to him. So a little bit of reflection will reveal. When you say you have come from God, he says, here what is that? First cause, First cause. Somewhere we are right now. That's okay. That first cause, what it could be, it cannot be with a form, because if it is with one form, it should be the same feeling to everybody. So he named it as subtle and mysterious power, not an entity. So we started from the impersonal aspect. That is why even today, when we try to analyze the me and mine, me for example, in our body, we are unable to locate him. We are unable to localize him. Because he is pervading from the head, crown of the head to the tip of the toe, we are unable to locate him. What is it that says it's my finger? What is it that it says it's my nose? No? We can't locate. But it is there. Equally, though different functions are taking place in this body, the presiding deity, the presiding power is one and the same, which has no name and form. Just think about it, impersonal aspect. That is why we are saying, he is in the form of life force, he is in the form of consciousness, and he is in the form of intelligence. All these are impersonal. It is there. So now when we hear this first word, find the Guru within you. True vision means the vision of the reality within you. The man of ignorance clings to the external forms for support. So long as a man does not see the great truth he is in search of within himself, he can never know peace. So when we know that we have come from him, him means stands for what? We also know, so he has drafted our life. He has assigned this life. So after the assignment is over, naturally we will go back to him, He gives us a body, mind, intellect equipment and he shuffles it off. Please think over. So why did he declare that Ram stands for subtle and mysterious power? And to emphasize, give a thrust, he brings the word great void. These two words gives us the background that he is impersonal, he is impersonal, he is impersonal. And most of our devotees, co-devotees, initially, of course, they will be attached to the form of Papa, no doubt. But if God prompts them to look into Papa's words, they will know that Papa and Mataji, to make us know, she inserted that prayer. Oh, beginningless and endless Parampuja Papa, you are all pervading. You have manifested at the entire universe and you reside in. Think. This is the prayer which we are repeating here every day. Every day. Religiously we do that. So Papa stands for that. That is why Puja Swamiji said, these words and similar ones to the effect were more frequently uttered by our beloved Papa during the past few years. Was he preparing us to stand on our own legs by turning our gaze within to realize the great truth and not to mourn the inevitable end of his physical frame? "63 means 63 years, 62 and a half years, 63 years have passed now. But the moment we think about him, he is still alive, inspiring us, guiding us, blessing. He keeps on blessing us. So, is he personal or impersonal? So the personal aspect is conveyed through, the impersonal aspect is conveyed through his personal form. So when we revere the personal form, we will revere the personal form. Because it is through that form we were made known all these things. So we revere and get ourselves connected to the impersonal reality. If this is understood, we will be able to understand we have come from God, we are on our way to Him. These two words, certain mysterious power and the great void. The first book came out in 1925, In Quest of God. Very clear. So we revere that form, get connected to the formless. Because through that form, this has been rendered to us. Very important point in the life of a sadhaka. Because it is the first step to intellectually understand that he is with him. If we are not clear about it, whatever sadhana we do, it may not take us to the goal. That is why he said emphatically, so long as a man does not see the great truth he is in search of within himself, he can never know peace. So the personal and the impersonal aspect, both are valid. He was revering all the creations, but he knew the presiding, the common factor is Ram. Not that he was shutting himself off from all the society or activities. He was very much with everything, but all the time getting rooted in Ram. Please think over. When we go through the book of In Quest of God and In the Vision of God, these two books, how he was interacting with persons, with objects and with situations. In these three realms, he was able to steadfastly hold on to Ram, Ram and Ram only. Because he was very clear, Ram stands for that power and he is impersonal. And at the same time, not 1 degree of belittling was there, because he found the creation as the visible form of the formless. So we are now praying. First you were able to do it because you realized the impersonal aspect within. And then you were able to easily connect. The same thing is there in everybody, because the very fact that your body, your mind, your intellect has come from that power. Naturally, it is an experience that everything has come from that power. So you were able to love all. In our case, we first thought of fixing the source to outside. We were getting some joy, no doubt, but not standing, because we have not realized his presence within. Your emphatic statement that so long as a man does not see the great truth he is in search of within himself, he can never know peace. It answers all our questions. Enable us to make it a reality, please. We have been trying, we have been hearing, we have been in our own, whatever way you made it possible, we try to understand, but no. So when you say we have come from God, we are on our way to Him, if we will be able to understand that God is the impersonal reality, which is revealed only through a personal form. Agreed. So this personal form has come from Him. The personal form will have to naturally go to Him. Something on which it's a very important aspect. And even this book, somewhere about 20 years back, we were able to get this book from a shelf and we had kept it. More than 20. Yesterday when the discussion was going on with the devotees in this, suddenly he prompted, and there in the shelf it was there. Then we mentally felt grateful to him that not only that you are giving us to think about it, but you are also showing, to make it more and more firm, the words of another great saint of Puja Swamiji, who was with him for 14 years. 1949 he joined. 7 or 8 months he was away after in 1950, but after that he was only serving him throughout. Not merely serving him for physically, he had the privilege of listening to his talks, taking it in shorthand, typing it out, bringing out in the form of the manuscript the first copy, typed copy of the books. All these things have contributed. And by nature also he was an introvert. So no energy was going out. He was able to absorb the whole thing. And just imagine, immediately after he dropped the body, he was able to bring it out in this form. Even as if it is written today, A synopsis of the inspiring life of Papa. He was not attached to the form. He revered that form. Later on, in one of his talks, at the time of his, when we were observing Swamiji's, Papa's Samadhi day, yes. What shall we talk about today? We have only one subject, and that is Papa. What do we mean by Papa? We take Papa to be absolute existence, the highest truth that has manifested as the universe and that is seated in the hearts of every one of us. It means God Himself. So when we say Papa, we mean God. But we are observing the Mahasamadhi day for beloved Papa. What does it mean? We say our Papa is eternal, infinite, birthless, deathless, and at the same time we say we are observing the Mahasamadhi, which means the day on which he shed his mortal coil. They do not go together. Then how can we explain? Papa is birthless, deathless, eternal existence, God Himself. He took a human form to teach us the way to realize him. That form we call Swami Ramdas endearingly and started addressing him as Papa. So when we say we are observing the Mahasamadhi day of our beloved Papa, we mean the observance of the day of disappearance of the form that he took and lived with us till 1963, to which we are all much attached. We missed that form. We liked that form. It was through that form we got the holy and all-powerful Ramnam. It was in that form that he guided us and gave us instructions as to what we should do to walk on the spiritual path. It was that form that loved every one of us. He brings out the relevance of the form, reverence to a form, beautifully. Though he said about the Papa means impersonal. At the same time, no effort is made to belittle the importance of the form. We liked that form. It was through that form we got the holy and all-powerful Ramnam. It was in that form he guided us and gave us instructions as to what we should do to walk on the spiritual path. It was that form that loved every one of us, so much so we were drawn away from other worldly ties, got attached to him. It is that form that is coming to our mind when we say Papa, but that form alone is not all. When we think of that particular form, immediately his formless nirguna aspect should also come to our mind. Otherwise, we will be simply getting attached to that form. So whenever we think of Papa, let us take him to be the all-pervading absolute existence, the entire universe, and the truth seated in everybody's heart, which means whatever we see before us is the form of our beloved Papa. If we see everyone like that, and if we love everyone with that attitude, then alone we can say that we have real love for Papa. Otherwise, it simply becomes attachment to a personal form. Papa, who came in the particular form, taught us that the purpose of life is to realize God, and it should be nothing less than that. He showed us the simplest path, that is chanting of the holy Ramnam constantly with all love and devotion. He assured us that if we chant Ramnam constantly with all love and devotion, we will be able to realize God in our hearts and our oneness with Him, who is all pervading, who is everything, who is beyond everything, who is everything, who is beyond everything. Papa was never tired of extolling the glory of Ramnam. From the year 1922, when he took to the spiritual path and adopted sannyas, he was clinging to Ramnam as sadhana. He was chanting Ramnam so intensely, so continuously, and with so much love and devotion that nothing else mattered to him. He wanted only the darshan of God. He wanted to see Ram as the nirguna, all-pervading existence. He did not want to see Ram only as form. Even when Lord Krishna came and stood before him in his vision, he was not satisfied. He wanted to see the entire universe as the manifestation of God, and also expected every one of us to try for that supreme experience. If we also cling to the all-powerful Rama mantra, it is sure to make us to the supreme heights of God realization. It is very simple. We don't have to do anything. Chant the mantra with all love and devotion. And be sure that God will guide us step by step to Himself. Papa used to say that it is impossible to describe the glory of Ramnam and how powerful it is. He was very often telling us that when Ramnam has the power to take us to the heights of God realization, what can it not do for us? People doubt the efficacy of Ramnam. They chant Ramnam for some time and feel that they don't find any favorable results. That is because they don't put their minds into it. They don't have the concentration. If they have real love for Ramnam, it will taste very sweet for them and bring immediate results in the sense that the mind will stay on Ram constantly and will come down to worldly or sensual enjoyments. This was what was happening to beloved Papa when he was engaged in his sadhana in 1922 and 23. The very name of Ram took him to heights of ecstasy. He did not struggle to concentrate his mind on Ram. The very name took his mind away from all worldly things, and his mind stayed on Ram's feet without any earthly pull, because his love for Ram was so deep and his aspiration to realize Ram was so intense. Today it is 30 years, 93, since Papa's physical body disappeared from our midst, but he is still very much with us. He is always with us, he is guiding us. The mantra that he gave us will surely lift us up and make us reach the goal, provided we maintain the intensity of our aspiration. That alone is left to us. People may ask, why should Papa not do that also? He does not do that. Unless we aspire to realize him, he does not take us unto himself. He lets us play in the world, play with the toys until we are satisfied with the play, or until we are tired of the play and cry for him. Beautiful. He does not do that. What? Lift us up and reach the goal. Unless we aspire to realize him, he does not take us unto himself. So he lets us play in the world, play with the toys until we are satisfied with the play, or until we are tired of the play and cry for him. So let us take things seriously. Let us aspire for him. Let us chant the holy and all-powerful Ram Nam that he has given us, remembering his all-pervading Swarupa, that is Nirguna Swarupa, and aspiring to realize our oneness with him and enjoy eternal happiness and peace. What he shared with us in 1993 was the same thing that was there in 1963. It was very clear. If when we feel insufficiency or inadequacy in our sadhana, it clears the doubt, which is the area for our improvement, And this settles our dispute on personal and impersonal. Impersonal aspect is given the thrust, personal aspect is never devalued or belittled. Please think over. When once this becomes intellectually clear to us, at least, that he is the impersonal aspect, then the quotation that we have come from him, we are on our way to him, becomes clear. Because the personal aspect has come from him, and the personal aspect goes back to its source. Personal aspect has come from the impersonal reality, and naturally the personal aspect will also go back to the impersonal reality. Anybody would like to say anything?
Swamiji,
Ah,
Papa, first thing was he was always keeping Ram Nam on his my on his, always he was chanting Ram Nam,
Yeah.
which we are not doing, I am not doing. So how can he even go ahead?
You have to keep on trying, When it is possible, he was also a human being like all of us, He was born, he grew up, he became a family person, he became a professional being, and at that appropriate time, now we can say God who sent him after allotted role as a grihastha, as a professional or as a social being, called him in a mysterious way in the form of certain struggles and put him on the line. So suppose we say he has also sent us, he has made us unaware of his presence within us, but he chose to place us before a realized saint who has had this direct experience, and he reveals to us that it is possible to realize this in this very life. When we have developed our faith in the words of the Master, and when we try to, he used the word not merely chanting with love and devotion. And he observed certain vows to make him realize. So, suppose we also take to some discipline suitable to our equipment and try to go deeper and deeper, we have been assured that he will surely reveal to us. So none of us need to get discouraged or dispirited. He is yet to call us, we are not yet prepared. We also don't know how to prepare. We don't know how to know that we are prepared. So the only way is to plead, appeal and cry for him. This is what he wants. This is what is meant by keen aspiration. So we check up for ourselves whether do we have that keenness. He has not given us the keenness so far. So we pray to him. He has to give the keenness. So we pray to him. You made through that form, Papa Swami Ramdas, till 38 years you made him to function as an ordinary person, ordinary human being, ordinary grihastha, ordinary professional, ordinary person with all ambitions, with all whatever we have now, planning everything. And after the 38th year, he started calling him in the way of keen aspiration. And when the keen aspiration started sprouting, he was prompted to withdraw his attention from, his preoccupation from different outlets and to pool the entire thing to him, which we call as vradas, his self-denials. We are asking ourselves whether he has prompted us to do anything of that type. Okay, everyone is unique, so he may have his own plans. So the only alternative is to intensely pray to him. He has not given us the feeling enough is enough, This is the blunt truth. He has made us to develop devotion towards him, no doubt. He has made us to start practicing the discipline of chanting Ram Nam and try to lead, as far as possible, a righteous, simple life. As far as possible, try to enjoy chanting his name. All these things are tick, tick, plus points. But the main thrust of keen aspiration, so we ask him, please. No outside can come to our aid.
Swamiji,
Oh.
Hari Om Swamiji. Swamiji, when this is how I experience, when we are calm,
Eh?
when
we are calm,
When we are?
Can you
it is easier to do Ram Nam,
When we are calm, it is easier to do Ram Nam.
chanting, meditation. But in the trying situations, when we encounter interaction with the world, am I able to do Ram chanting then?
Correct. You are absolutely right. But then we open the book, In Quest of God, first chapter. For nearly a year, Ramdas struggled on in a world full of chaos, anxieties, and pains. It was a period of terrible stress and restlessness, all of his own making. In this utterly helpless condition, full of misery, where is relief, where is rest? This was the heart's cry of Ramdas. The cry was heard. The cry has not come to us, So
Yes.
we can plead, You made him to cry and you made him to scale the heights. You are not making me to cry. You are making me to get satisfied with the creature comforts which you provide and the relations and the possessions, Think.
Right.
And the last line of that same time, the first line I read out, the last line of the same chapter, the sense of possession and relationship was vanishing. While desires for the enjoyment of worldly things were fast falling off, consideration of me and mine was also wearing out. As is it happening to us? All thought, all mind, all heart, all soul was concentrated on Ram. Ram covering up, absorbing everything. So the first few lines of the first chapter and the last few lines of the first chapter give us
that aspiration has to come.
What is the tangible form? What is the form that we can say that yes, I am answering the call. So I am answering the call when I am relieved from the me and mine, my relation with my relations, my relationship with my relations, and my possessions. We get some idea. And we check up our own stock. And when it does not tally, we know the reason. So we pray, plead, appeal, cry to him.
Pray.
What you say is absolutely true. But there is a way out. There is an assurance here. He did not get it from the sky. He cried. Heart's cry. Heart's cry can come only when we have exhausted all our known, efforts. Thoroughly we become utterly helpless. He said that, utterly.
Yes.
That word utterly. In this utterly helpless condition, if there is somewhere some hope, we will try that, no? When that is also plugged, we cannot go forward. It's a blind wall. I cannot go. I am hearing the sound. I am suffering here. I am burning. And the wall is there. Then what will I do? I cannot do anything to demolish the wall. So I plead, that power which is there inside outside the hall, behind the wall, it breaks it open and takes it us. So our call should be intense aspiration. The first few lines and the last few lines of the first book, In Quest of God, gives us this in a capsule form. Why it is not happening to us. Every day by asking us to go through these relevant portions, he is also giving us, don't lose heart. I am there behind that wall. Absolutely, you can be rest assured, I am there. But I can come out only if you call me.
Right.
The toys, you know what?
It is in this thing. Points to
Until we are, suppose we should stop, when we stop playing with the toys which he has provided, the toys will distract our attention. That is the play. So when we said enough is enough and look up to him, then he will take us. This is the assurance he has given, not that anybody can assure us. This is the assurance he is giving to us by his very life. Through his very life, he is giving us this powerful message, not words, his very life.
Yes, Swamiji, very, very true. We keep playing with the toys.
Yeah. We are still playing.
Right, and that is
Difficult, not palatable. He did not join any organization. We people who are in the organization, we know that this cry will not come because we are comfortably taken care of. 5-star, 10-star facility is given. If anything is withdrawn, our mind will immediately resist. So where is the room for him? No? You are talking about your place, I can understand. Please think about us. Who, in your standpoint, you may feel that we are withdrawn from the other one. We are very much with the world. So every time when we go through that word, that Ramdas did not join any organization, immediately it will strike to us. I provided you, be careful. Don't get attached to anything. Don't allow anything to overpower you. Plug the me and mine the moment it comes out. Otherwise, you will ever be like this. You can talk to youngsters. I have been serving for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. I have done this, I have done that in the ashram. But like that.
What type?
So what is required is to rivet ourselves to this. It's a very serious, important question that was raised yesterday, so that we will deeply ponder over. Personal and impersonal, today we were again asked to dwell on it. That is why we read this. So that everybody will get an opportunity to think deeply about this. And Pujya Swamiji's 2 articles, very powerful, inspiring article. And we now see that what he delivered what he brought out in 1963 was the same essence when he talked to us in 1993. So he could, because we have always found that he was never attached to any form. So when we asked him, he said, yes, Papa himself has answered. And every day he was practicing his, that he is revering that form, because through that form, the nameless, formless principle was kindled in him. So revering this form, he was getting, you can't say attached, he was getting connected to the ideal behind it. So he was very clear. Please think over and keep on somehow to intensify our prayer. That is the only option we have. Because when it gets...
We have no choice, Swamiji.
We have no choice.
We have no choice.
Yeah.
We have no choice. So early morning, when we said we repeat that 5 to 10 minutes, we will have this crying session. Not with tears.
With yearning heart.
You are there, you have been with us, but you are not revealing. You are giving everything excepting this. That is not fair. Don't delay. We want it now and here. Every day you make us to say that in our prayer when you are in ashram. Now and here. Make it a reality, please. Hari Om. Today is Saturday.
Today is Saturday, tomorrow Sunday.
Acha, from then Sunday, Monday, Sunday there won't be any. From another for 3 4 days, there won't be any satsang.
Monday.
After that, we will see Thursday or Friday for 3 4 days. We have ample time to go through this. Let us also not depend upon satsang for this. Then again, we will not get, oriented. So please, go through all these things. We are told that this is all recorded. So again, you can play it and hear it, and then not merely hearing, reflect, deeply ponder over. On next Thursday, we will again meet, Papa willing, and then at that time, let us continue this. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Ram Jai